Yo, what's up? It's Jack. In this video, I'm here to save you, to tell you that self-help is bullshit, and in particular, to break down why The Secret is a crock of old bullshit. So, if you're a gullible git and you love the law of attraction, fair enough. Give this video a dislike before watching it, and call me a knob in the comments. And move on to consuming more empty calories than Oprah at a buffet. But do me a favour, at least watch the video first. After all, you are open-minded, aren't you? I love open-minded people, like JFK or Kurt Cobain. Every generation or so we have a breakout self-help book that sells like gangbusters. Think and Grow Rich kicked it all off in the 1920s, from a guy called Napoleon Hill, which is a funny name because it sounds more like a French tourist attraction. And then we had books about the power of positive thinking, which I'll come back to later. After that, there were books like The Science of Getting Rich, which I've read, and I can tell you now contains zero science. Unless the definition of science is pseudoscience, wishful thinking and delusional positivity. In the 1980s it was Tony Robbins, who does not want to be your guru, but he will take your money.
The wrong piece of advice?
I'm looking for what's real. And when I find it, I take that vein and take it all the way to the soul.
What Tony has got going for him is he's very much like me. Very likeable, charismatic, you know. But that's where the similarity ends, because he's also stinking bloody rich. However, Robbins actually gets results, which cannot be said for what I'm about to talk about next. Because now we come to the worst crock of shit since epic movie.
Future kings and queens of Narnia.
Oh my god, a talking beaver!
Beware of the wizards.
My name is Harry Potter.
Aren't you a little old to still be a student here?
Nonsense. I am but 14.
This generation's book is The Turn of the Secret by Rhonda Byrne, a mysterious Australian lady shrouded in her own cloud of self-importance, righteousness, and $100 million. The Secret regurgitates the law of attraction into the reading age of a 5-year-old, appealing then to its core audience, impressionable, gullible fuckwits, who want a quick and easy shortcut to fame, money, and nice cars. The law of attraction sounds official because it has the word law in it. It's no more of a law than my foot is a law. The law states that you must follow these 3 very simple rules. Number 1, stay positive. Number 2, mind your thoughts against negativity. Number 3, keep to your goals, which are more vague than Mr. Vague, the vaguest salesman in all of Vague Town. And thus, this book arrived into the social media age like a boomer with no social conscience, and looking like a 50-year-old woman in her daughter's dress. What this has done is spawned a load of social media disciples, bleat on endlessly about the law of attraction, as if they've just drunk some Kool-Aid from the fucking Holy Grail or something. And they've always got something to sell you. Isn't that fudging convenient? When really, all The Secret is a half-thought, quasi-spiritual, woo-woo, shortcut pyramid scheme that turns all its disciples into narcissistic, self-absorbed, entitled, condescending morons.
Right.
But here's the thing, sometimes people will say things that are real and that are really inspirational.
Yes.
And that's great too. It's just knowing horseshit.
Yes.
You gotta know horseshit.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know where the horseshit is. The secret is horseshit.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem.
Oh my God, this gets me so angry. What is it? Look at this. The #1 book on the New York Times bestseller list is Dream Your Way to Spiritual Joy by Pauly Shore. This is why nobody bought my damn book. You know, this is what they want. The Secret, Chicken Soup for the Soul, The Purpose-Driven Life. I tell you, I could crap one of those things out in a night.
I'm gonna tell Mom you said crap.
No, I mean it. I could do it in 3 hours and idiots everywhere would buy it.
Some of the other books can offer some quite good advice, like Think and Grow Rich. It's actually an alright book, with good practical insights in bits, among a lot of fluff and filler, whereas The Secret is full of sales speak, all based on faith and plucking out of context quotes from famous people, terrible cliches, and superstitious drivel that isn't backed up by anything. No science, no studies, no law, just pure faith. It also gives you the impression from its numerous quotes from famous people, dead and alive, that they became rich and successful because of the law of attraction alone. I'm going to tell you why. Anyone who reads The Secret is more than likely going to end up making themselves worse off in the long run. But first, we need to understand something. What is The Secret? The law of attraction states that whatever consumes your thoughts the most, you will bring into your life. If you think of stuff you don't want, that's what you get. and so it's all your fault. Then the author takes a deep dive into pseudo-spiritual nonsense and argues that it works because the universe is made of energy and it all has a frequency like your thoughts.
Here's the problem. Most people are thinking about what they don't want, and they're wondering why it shows up over and over and over again.
The law of attraction doesn't care whether you perceive something to be good or bad, or whether you don't want it or whether you do want it. It's responding to your thoughts. So if you're sitting there looking at a mountain of debt, feeling terrible about it, that's the signal you're putting out into the universe.
Which brings into your existence that which you vibrate with. So if you constantly think about debts, you'll always be poor. So if you think of yourself as being successful, you will be. As if by magic, you'll wake up like Spider-Man and you've got all abs and shit without even working out for an effing day. The Secret, or Law of Attraction, talks about the universe like it's a fucking genie or something. But instead of 3 wishes, you apparently get an unlimited amount of wishes. Actually, that reminds me, I don't know if you heard about this, but Aladdin was banned from taking part in the magic carpet race. Yeah, he was caught using performance-enhancing rugs. And here's an unpopular opinion. You cannot think yourself thin. I know it's cool and trendy after you've watched a couple of YouTube videos or some documentary on Gaia. And now you think you know how to think yourself thin and rich and you're all excited about it. And here I am, bursting your bubble like an overbearing parent who's come along and confiscated your mobile phone. Or maybe you watched a Conor McGregor video where he talks about the law of attraction and how it made him successful, like this.
This is the law of attraction. I mean, you have to, in the struggle, you know, when things are going good and you visualize these good things happening, you have a clear picture in your head of something is going to happen, and a clear belief in that it will happen no matter what. Then nothing can stop it, you know what I mean? It is destined to happen, and that's what happens.
But the truth is, all of it, yes, all of it, everything I've just mentioned is confirmation bias. All The Secret and the Law of Attraction is confirmation bias. Quote, essentially, The Secret is an attempt to leverage the confirmation bias to one's advantage. You never hear anyone saying, the Law of Attraction didn't work for me, do you? Because it's a closed club. If you are a success, confirmation bias will attribute your success to the law of attraction. If you're not a success, you just didn't do it right. That's how they trap you. With that, the people who peddle the law of attraction can't lose. How The Secret actually works. The law of attraction, or The Secret, is just a rehashed, sugar-sprinkled version of the confirmation bias. We know about this. The confirmation bias has actually been studied, and it makes way more sense than thoughts being vibrations. Confirmation bias works thusly. It's easier for the brain to pay attention to things it already agrees with. It's an energy-saving technique like a computer screensaver. For example, when you look for a new car, you find one you like, then all of a sudden you see them bloody everywhere. Because for the first time they are relevant to your desires. They were always there before, you just didn't notice them. It's not magic or the universe sending you a sign, it's confirmation bias. I know you think you're special because you looked at the clock once and it said 11:11. It's not angels trying to get in contact with you to tell you it'll all be alright, it's confirmation bias. So what The Secret does do is leverage the confirmation bias to its own advantage, to literally sell you on its ideology. God, that was clever. So if you constantly think only positive thoughts, you will notice things through confirmation bias that confirm it. But if you feel negative, you will find reasons to feel worse. We've all had that. We're in a bad mood, and then we go and stub our toe, and we fall on the floor and cry, why me, why me? Why does all this bad shit happening to me? That's not the law of attraction, it's confirmation bias. It's all confirmation bias. Did you hear me? I said it's all confirmation bias. The Secret says you need to pretend to be who you want to be and become delusional just long enough to match up with your beliefs. This is the idea of faking it to make it, which kind of works. I mean, this is kind of half right. You should do that, in a way, because far too many people are too down on themselves. It is also completely unnecessary. You need balance. Very important point alert. But listen, this is the most important point. Nothing replaces doing the effing work. Nothing replaces that. To get what you want, just put the effing work in. Put the effing work in. Did you hear me? I said put the effing work in. Stop faffing about, stop procrastinating, stop looking up online for tips and tricks and shortcuts and law of attraction bullshit. Just sit down, sit on your ass and put the effing work in. That's all you need to do, day by day, for years. And you might get what you want. There's no guarantees. The Secret suggests that if you just think things into existence, it will come to you via some magical serendipity. No, please do not sit around all day hoping something will just turn up. You can do anything within the realms of possibilities, but not without putting the work in. How the Secret can be dangerous. Never doubting yourself or thinking negatively is confirmation bias on steroids. This can lead to some seriously reckless choices. Because if you think the law of attraction or the universe is on your side because you did everything the book told you to do, and then you go and sign up to some risky business venture, you won't go into that venture seeing any of the negatives. Or the fact that your new business partner has more red flags than Tiananmen Square. Only what you want to see, because you've been told to stay 100% positive and ignore all the negatives by these snake oil salesmen. Because doubting yourself is doubting the universe, which is sacrilege against this new age religion. Not only are you now not any closer to your goals, because you were just reckless and lost all your money and time into your latest venture, but you could also mess up other people's lives and lose their trust. All this does is generate closed-mindedness, because they've been told to maintain positivity. This is how it can turn you more toxic than eating at a Fukushima fish restaurant. The Secret is a marketing trick. It's like an MLM scheme or a psychological pyramid scheme. It's pervasive. People like to think the way that The Secret tells them to because of a few psychological tricks. 1. It sounds really easy. All I have to do is think about what I want, imagine already having it, and in a bit it will just come to me. Number 2, you get to feel really, really good all the time for no reason and without doing any actual work. So some fat slob watching TV all day can just wish for a Ferrari and then get it, do they? Course not! It's only the gullible, lazy or desperate that fall for this. Also, if someone just comes up and gives you a Ferrari, will you actually be happy with that? Will you really enjoy it? Course not, because you've put no work into it. Alright, you might enjoy it for a bit, but not as much as if you had bought it for hard cash off the back of their hard work and ingenuity. The Secret is more like a cultish religion. Even trend-jacking spaz faces like Oprah bloody love it, but of course she does. She's so full of herself she's got hardly any room for lunch. Maybe a bit. And the people spreading this crap with their books, seminars, hypnosis affirmations, and the other bullshit they sell are only making themselves richer. And you are poorer, not just in money, but also in character. The Secret is not a remedy to your unhappiness. It's also not a shortcut to getting what you want. What's the antidote? Simple. Realise that you will never have no problems. That you can have the things that you dream about. Of course you can. But not through following the advice from The Secret. Instead of wishing for cars and money, wish for better problems. And if you don't agree with me, I couldn't give a flippity if you want to go be some airy-fairy woo-woo positive thinking flitwit, then go do it. Improving your life requires destroying yourself bit by bit. It's painful, it's hard, but you can't build muscle without lifting heavy weights and aching like flip the next day. Becoming a better person is not about being nice and positive. Becoming a better person is about going through some tough human shit and becoming a fucking monster. Wading through the quagmire of tough problems that are personal only to you. So when you come out on the other side, you've built real mental fortitude, real character, and you've leveled up into a peaceful monster. So stop rubbing your crystals and trying to clear your aura, you fucking hippie. If The Secret really works, then why aren't hippies all driving around in Ferraris? Gotcha.